Okay, SuperTeam Games is a gaming company out of California. They have raised $10 million to make a blockchain game that has to do with sports. And I know I always bring up these blockchain gaming stories, yeah, but now it involves SportsDesk. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because Ben Powers has joined us, and you have not been able to weigh in on our gaming conversations, and it looks like you're so excited to do so right now. So, Ben, what do you think of crypto gaming?
I mean, show me a minimum viable product, and I'll show you an opinion. Like, I don't know. There's this space is so awash in these games that are based on some form of blockchains and have some form of NFT incorporation, and that's about where the conversation seems to stop. And I would love to hear more about it. I would love to see the different things. This is sports, so it's not, you know, some of the more traditional ones where it's like sci-fi or RPGs, where it's kind of you're stacking different elements that I believe would appeal in the form of NFTs to people that are interested in them and interested in those kind of games. But to me, it's just there's got to be more details with this stuff, and also 10 million, relatively small raise, but maybe that's just what the market we're in. So I just want more details before I have an opinion, and I want to see these games come to fruition rather than just the announcements to build more announcements to build the next raise, and then maybe something happens, maybe it doesn't.
I have a question for you, Zach. So we talk so much about these crypto games and gamers not into it at all because of the contentious relationship between crypto and gaming. But then you think about sports, and the sports community have been really welcoming of the crypto community. And so could this be the way to start to change that narrative, do you think?
I think we should also say, you know, sports team owners have been keen on this. We don't necessarily know that sports fans are using fan tokens or NFTs in any meaningful capacity, right? There's a few games, I think, like SoRare probably being the chief among them, which is a fantasy soccer game that relies on NFT cards of players, and you play them instead of just collecting them. But I think that thesis might be still a bit untested. I think there's a ton of money pouring into the Web3 gaming space, and there's a ton of money betting that distrust that gamers have expressed loudly with blockchain technology will soon be whittled away when some of the benefits of real ownership become clear to them. And I think that's ultimately what this round, what these big gaming funds are ultimately betting on. But right now the headwinds are pretty stiff from the gaming community, and it's going to be interesting to see what that thing is, whether it's sports or other, that sort of flips the switch on play to earn in that world.
Can I give a hot take?
Yeah.
I think that this is just so early when it comes to gaming and NFTs and Web3 and whatnot. So of course there's going to be pushback. I don't know about you guys, but I am a total old lady. I'm a total old lady. I have a routine. I like to keep my routine. I don't like to try new things. So the fact that I even work in crypto is kind of weird, because I'm like, I have to go to bed by like 9:30 every night, super routine-like. So I feel like some gamers might be the same way. I remember my stepbrother. Very interesting person, but he had a very...
I feel like there's a story here.
Unfortunately, I don't think it's appropriate for this panel. But he had a very strict routine. He would wake up, handle his business, sit back on the chair, and play WoW for like 16 hours straight. He had a great quality of life, loved his life. So I feel like we're going to need to see gamers kind of break free from this archaic mindset. Before there was Sega Genesis and Nintendo 64, what did we play?
What did we play? Is this the old guy corner? Atari,
I'll say something
Pac-Man, Tiddlywinks. Yeah.
I've never heard of Tiddlywinks, but okay, is that a...
Tiddlywinks.
Well, I don't know what you're talking
Maybe
about.
it was Lincoln, maybe he meant to say Lincoln Logs, but I think...
Right? Like, that was the OG.
Hopscotch. I think it's going to take time, because honestly, and I'm coming from this from a person I'm coming from this as an underdog's perspective. Why would I play a game on my phone that I'm not going to earn any money doing, when even if I play a game that might not have as good graphics or might not be pushed out or developed as well, and I can even earn 10 cents? Like, I care, like, to me, every single penny adds up. So I feel like once people kind of understand that and can see that, I feel like it's going to kind of take wind, especially with sports fans too, and I can go on a tangent on that.
Yeah, I've said this before. I think that the gamers that are resistant to crypto gaming now isn't the audience that all this money is being raised for. It's for the kids who are playing Roblox. It's for children who are growing up, not us. I've said it a million times. I don't know. Did you have your hand up? I had my okay. Here you go. Here's the mic. I turned my back on Ben. Here you go.
I can give my. Oh, go ahead.
I'll make it quick, but I just think it's important too to think about this. Like that mass adoption that we haven't quite seen with some of these crypto, like blockchain-based games, is important because that impacts the tokenomics and what happens when people get in later versus earlier, and particularly when you reach the huge scale. And I think like Axie Infinity is one of the examples held up as being incredibly successful. We saw what happened when hacks went down with that. We also saw what happened when people are just farming that constantly under like a digital real estate landlord who's like farming them NFTs so that they can get on a loan to get back in. And that creates really problematic dynamics that like reflect back on the real world. And I did a piece for Grid where I'm the technology reporter at recently about like this commodification of everything and this like X to earn of everything, whether that be like gaming, whether that be literally sex, whether that be like walking, whether that be all sorts of other stuff. And Jen kind of spoke to me for that piece and pointed out, when we talk about these things in gaming in particular, it sounds like this liberating, like OG origins, like the gig economy, where it's held up as this thing that could be really unique and flexible for everybody, but we came to see there was a darker side to that. And I think we're starting to see that in some of the larger blockchain-based games, and I just think we should consider those when thinking about all these raises and where this money might be going, and again, who's going to benefit. But Will, sorry, I cut you off, so back to you.
I cut Will off. He can't talk anymore. That was some good back and forth there. Anyway, we're wrapping the show today. It's a live show. There's a lot going on. It's hectic. It's lovely. It's fun. But tomorrow, we will be back at 12 Central, 1 Eastern for another live edition of The Hash, this time with a live audience over at the Austin Convention Center across the street. Also, audience questions and people who show up will get some of that sweet desk token. It's back, baby. CoinDesk social token desk is here, and if you show up and engage with us on The Hash tomorrow, you might just get some. So, signing off from Austin, I'm Zach Seward. We have Wendy O, Will Foxley, Jen Sanasi, and Ben Powers. We are The Hash. We're glad you're here. We'll see you soon. Thanks.